Today's episode of Duncombe House Diaries, my friends, is going to be a little bit different. For the first time, I am going to properly show you what I personally think are the most magical and mysterious corners of our home. Well before Duncombe House itself was left empty, her labyrinthine outbuildings were abandoned. Full of treasures forgotten over the past 200 years, they are unfathomably exciting time capsules of 19th and 20th century England. Why today for a tour of such magnitude and magnificence, you may ask? Well, unfortunately, my lovely wife has been in hospital this week. And although she's a terribly tough cookie, it has left us rather preoccupied. So the plan for today is this. First and foremost, she is going to give you a snapshot into just how mad the start of this week was. Then we're going to finish the grand tour by showing you our captivating outbuildings, including our Bernetian Victorian greenhouse and secret gardener's bothy. And then, to cheer her up after her operation, we are going to finally reveal the first of many antique furniture pieces which we have procured for the house, and unpack some luxury sanitary ware and taps to go with it. Yet again, it's been quite the week here at Duncombe House, my friends. Willkommen, bienvenue, and the warmest of welcomes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get exploring.
Good morning. It's a very wet and rainy January day here at the house. We have lots of people here. We've got Mark and Ed who are fixing the radiators on the wall. We've got Louis plastering downstairs. As I speak, Jack is wood fiberboarding the ceiling in the family bathroom. We're just trying to constantly get ahead of Louis. So yeah, today needs to be a productive day.
And can you think of a single more productive way to start a day than by dragging my gilet across the floor through piles of dust? Are you finished? Good. We'll continue then.
First up, Hurricane Louis.
Hiya.
Hiya.
How's things?
Good. How are you getting on?
Not bad, not bad.
It's freezing. It is freezing. So you're doing the lime finishing
Yep.
coat on here.
So the guys can put the radiator there.
Yep. So radiator's going there next.
And then we're going to shoot upstairs and finish off the other wall, so the guys can put the radiator on the other one.
Nice. I think we're nearly there now, right?
I'd say at a push, we're 50% of the way there.
We're like 80% of the way plus.
No, let's drop it down to 60 like it was before.
60?
Let's drop it down to 60.
It's got to be 80. It's got to be 80. I feel like we've been plastering for years.
It's getting there,
We're getting there. Right, come on, Quince. In the boot room, or what should probably be nicknamed the new room of doom. Quincy is sat. Now you think she's warming herself by the fire, but no. She's in fact staying very close to the cat feeder and to Mark and Ed's sandwiches. You're just keeping an eye on them, aren't you, Quince? Just keeping them safe for the day. Now, she will not eat them. She won't eat the cat's food, but she'll just sit by it all day, just in case anything falls out. Go on, Quincy, lead the way. Go and see Mark and Ed. Right, Ed, what are we on with this morning?
Fitting radiators. Need to warm this place up fast.
Yes, that is an absolute must. So we've got a big What is this? Is a K2?
It's a K2 double panel.
Oh, very proud of myself that I knew the lingo. K2 double panel that's going there, and do you think that will adequately heat this space?
It's going to be great.
Yeah?
No doubt.
I like that, I like the confidence. Perfect. In here, Mark and Ed have been busy putting the radiators into the alcoves. So like I said in last week's video, obviously each one of these is going to be boxed in with some bespoke joinery, which Jack will magic up out of something.
Thin air, presumably.
We're probably going to put shelves or something above this. So we've got a light there that's going to go on that curve of the wall with obviously the servant's bell underneath it. Ding-a-ling, 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 ding-a-ling. So yeah, I'm thinking shelves, like bookshelves maybe on there. And then, as you can see, this room is really coming on now. The lime plaster is drying out. So actually, dare I say we're nearly done?
Nearly done.
You know what I mean? And then in here, 2 radiators are on the wall there. So we just need to plaster the chimney breast. And then Louis got a bit of skimming to do on some of these walls. But again, this room is getting there.
You simply cannot fault this little lady's optimism. Whilst the white van brigade were busy downstairs, we pushed on in one of the most awkward spaces we have here at the house, the main bathroom. You will no doubt recall our main bathroom is a rabbit warren of individual rooms, and there are still myriad outstanding decisions to be made in here. First and foremost, however, we need to get the ceilings sorted. So, once again, we have been cracking out the ultimate breathable and insulating heritage system consisting of British sheep's wool, wood fibreboard, and then gorgeous lime finishing plaster. So, we started by stapling some of the aforementioned sheep's hair to the joists.
Yep, that's good.
Once that was done, we were able to hoist up the insulating wood fibreboards, cut them to size, and then, using expertly executed teamwork, screw them to the ceiling using drywall screws and washers, ready for their lime plaster facial. Now, before we leave the bathroom, let me ask you all a question. No doubt you've noticed this wee hatch in the wall above where the bath would have once been. Someone told us that these openings into the cavity of the wall were originally, back in Victorian times, used for the disposal of dulled razor blades. Now, I can't actually see anything inside, but if anyone does have any light to shed on this mysterious little hatch, please do shed it liberally upon us in the comments. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment you have all been waiting for. It's finally time to follow Jazzy and Quincy, head out of the servants' entrance and explore the beguiling, bewitching and beautifully British abandoned outbuildings of Duncombe House. Where are you taking us first, darling?
First up, we have the coach house.
A most excellent choice.
Now, when we first bought the house, this was completely locked up, literally full of so much stuff you couldn't even get in here. It hadn't been opened up in the best part of 80 years. And now it's once again full of more stuff. It has become our workshop, building materials area / dumping ground.
As Jazzy quite rightly said, the coach house here at Duncombe House would have originally been home to, well, coaches. But not just coaches, also the associated horses and grooms. Although any sign of horses being here are now well and truly gone.
There's a horse, Jack.
I'm sorry, darling, say that again?
There's a horse in our field.
I'm awfully sorry. I thought you said there's a horse.
There's a horse behind the shipping container.
Well, it can't be a horse, darling, because we don't own a horse.
There's a horse.
Goodness gracious, my friends. I fear the stress of renovation has finally overcome her.
I've just seen it go behind this.
Perhaps you've mistaken Dean for a horse.
There's a horse. Oh, they're walking the horse. Sorry, I thought it was loose.
It's been a long year, ladies and gents. Let's cut us some slack. As we were saying, the coach house was formerly a staff residence, and that is what we hope to return it to. A little self-contained annex, which my father and Jazzy's mother can fight over for their retirement home. The top floor of the coach house is currently only accessible via ladder, due to the stairs having entirely rotted away. Now the treasures up there truly are forgotten to time, and as soon as we get the main house finished, fear not, you will have a front row seat as we explore its forgotten secrets in full, and design and implement a sympathetic renovation. Okie dokie, let's head over the road to the wash house / the other one.
Over here is what we refer to as the wash house, but it's kind of split on different levels. So first up is the washroom. As you can see, everything has been left for the last 100 years. We are still making our way through it, but at the moment it's safe and dry. We found Bibles, we found books, we found pictures, television, furniture, everything. So we're kind of going through it slowly, but really we want to be able to be in the house and then kind of going through it and cherry picking what we want to save.
At least none of the electrics will need upgrading.
And to next door. This room is what we affectionately named architectural salvage. It was a wood store and all the wood was completely rotten and we literally just had to dig it out by hand. But then we have actually quite a dry space, which basically anything that's come out that we found in the gardens, from bits of gutter to furniture to chimney pots, are stored in here because one day they will find a perfect place.
Now, if anyone can think of the perfect place for a 100-year-old oak-sprung bed, a box of rusty hinges and a vintage folding bike, please do let us know in the comments. Come on then, darling, let's show all these lovely people the most important room in the building.
Here we have our beautiful Victorian toilet.
It's not often that one can use the adjective beautiful in earnest to describe a toilet, but this is absolutely one of those occasions. Our majestic Twyford Herculex has been the sole lavatory here at Duncombe House since we started works. Expounding any further would risk touching on the gauche, but no doubt its value is self-evident.
Here we have the two coal stores, which are just floor to ceiling full of old coal. Going up the outside staircase to one of the most exciting rooms we have, which is the billiard room. So this billiard room, games room, we found out actually when some children were evacuated here during the war, this was used as a local schoolroom. And it's full. This has not been touched. We've added to it some bits, we've barely taken anything away. We have everything from old sweets to magazines from the 60s, glassware, paint, crockery and fireplace, absolutely everything, and we are slowly sorting through it.
Now I need you to do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to look very carefully. You may well need to re-watch and do some pausing, but I want you to pick out at least one, but ideally 3 items that you can see amongst this veritable smorgasbord of gallimaufry. The top picks will be featured in upcoming Treasure Tuesdays. How serendipitous. You're doing a sterling job at tour guiding, darling. Where the devil are we off to next?
Now there's one more room that I don't think we've ever shown online before and that we actually didn't know existed when we bought the house.
Oh, she's cracking out the big guns, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the secret room. Today's episode of Duncombe House Diaries is brought to you by Sailey. Now, whomever you are and wherever it is you like to travel, for us you simply can't beat the classic European grand tour cities, staying connected is vitally important. When we popped to Rome last year for our honeymoon, we were welcomed home by a rather egregious phone bill. But never again. This summer, when we indulge in another modest sojourn to Italy, we will be using Sailey's spectacularly simple app-based travel eSIM. Now, if you're wondering what the devil an eSIM is, let me explain. Gone are the days of queuing up at the airport to buy a fiddly plastic SIM card for your phone. No, by downloading the Sailey app before you travel, you'll always be connected and can get seamless access to some of the cheapest plans around for over 200 travel destinations, including but not limited to Argentina, Belgium, Canada, Germany, Great Britain, for when you come and visit us at Butler's Lodge, Liberia, Spain, Poland, Belgium, Cameroon, and even the United States of America. Show them how it's done, darling.
So, downloading the Sailey app is so easy, even Jack managed to do it.
No offence taken.
Once you have the app, you can scroll through the country or countries you're visiting, pick and purchase a plan with your exclusive 15% off Duncombe House code, install the eSIM and you're away.
Download the Sailey app now. Get yourself a plan, get your Duncombe House 15% off discount, you're so very welcome, and start travelling stress-free today.
We think this might have been an ice room or something to do with the fridge. This door here we thought was a false door and was part of the fridge that we showed you inside. We eventually managed to get it open and have a look inside.
That looks rather heavy, darling. Would you like me to move it? Goodness gracious, this woman's talents know no bounds! As Jazzy quite rightly hypothesised, we believe that this room has some connection to the walk-in fridge. The exact nature of this relationship is sadly slightly beyond us. However, if anyone out there watching happens to have a more in-depth understanding of the eccentricities of 1930s refrigeration engineering, please do pipe up in the comments. Now, before we fly over the fridge and pantry and throw open the doors of both our Victorian greenhouse and abandoned and forgotten gardener's bothy, we want your opinion on our main bathroom vanity unit. Now, we purchased this gorgeous early 20th century French dresser unit over a year ago from one of our favourite antique centres, Derwent Side Shopping Mills in Belper. In hindsight, its procurement was laughably previous, but finally, we are actually ready to see if it's going to work in the space. The plan is to convert this dresser into a bathroom vanity. So before we reveal the piece of furniture itself, let's quickly show you the hardware we hope to install on her.
Very exciting morning here at the house. First and foremost, if you can see my face, do not be alarmed. I've actually had some moles removed on the end of my nose and my cheek and my forehead, so I have to have these great big plasters on my face for the next week. And
you have never looked so ravishing, darling.
Anyway, moving on to the bathrooms. Anyone who remembers, we went and bought an antique marble top vanity, probably like last spring now, from an antique shop. We absolutely love it. But like everything, we make things hard for ourselves. It'd been a lot easier if we just gone out and bought a vanity. But no.
Come on everybody, repeat after me. Never let common sense get in the way of a good aesthetic.
So both of the bathrooms upstairs are going to be exclusively done by Cast Iron Bath Company and their Ashby and Stone range. All their sanitary ware is absolutely beautiful, and they have been incredibly patient with us because we've been talking to them for a while now, and as usual, jobs just take longer than we wanted them to. And we're messing around with antique furniture, and we've got strange pipes for toilets, so they've been very patient with us. I wanted to reveal exactly what we're going to be trying to work with when it comes to the vanity. So we have this incredible vanity with a marble top, and we need to make sure that the underslung sink will fit and the taps we've chosen will work as well, and it will all fit before we go about getting any marble cut. Oh, hi Quince, you've come to join. Do you want to see what this is? What's this? Oh.
Of course she flipping does. First up, we have our Ashby and Stone Linton 3-hole mixer taps in polished brass.
Yeah, ooh, oh my God, it's got little bags, little dust bags, like when you buy a handbag.
I can't say I've ever bought a handbag before, but I'll take your word for it. Look at the state of these, my friends.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. What do you think, Quince? The next exciting package contains the underslung sink, which, once we have managed to cut a suitably sized hole in the marble, will sit eloquently and effortlessly under the lip.
Next thing is the easy part. We just have to wrestle up the gigantic marble topped dresser and mirror and try and put it in place and see what it looks like.
Luckily, we'd had our Weetabix that morning.
Well, Louis and Jack got it upstairs, but it is quite a bit bigger than I actually thought. So me and Jack are now going to try and carry it into the family bathroom and just size it against the wall and see what we think.
But surely you measured the wall before buying it, darling?
It might be too big.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Oh dear. Like you said, it's far, far too big.
I don't think it's too big. I think it's probably about the perfect size. Drawers?
Now the vanity will indeed eventually be installed against the wall you see before you. However, as there is first fix plumbing in place already, we decided to move it over just to get perspective. Before we continued, we just had to remove a wry nail, which Jazzy had taken quite serious umbrage to.
That's a nail that's a real take the jam out of your donut, kind of ruin your day, cut your sides open, garrot you. That's what that nail is. Evil. That is an evil nail, look at that.
Are we overreacting ever so slightly, darling?
I'm not, that's what I think to that stupid nail.
So, once we'd bashed 7 shades of shiitake mushroom out of the nail and Jazzy had thrown it across the bathroom, we brought in the top mirror section and then the drawers. All that was left to do then was mark out where the sink is to go, head scratch the tap placement, and then work out how the ding-dang devil we are going to cut a detailed oval and drill 3 holes into this piece of antique marble. Any ideas, folks? So, ladies and gentlemen, there she blows. What do we think? Perfect piece for this space, or keep looking? Let us know, as always, down in those comments. Right, where were we? Oh yes, we were casually meandering towards the unbelievably fabulous Victorian greenhouse and spine-tinglingly spooky Forgotten Gardener's bothy. Lead the way, ladies.
So coming round to the side of the house, we actually tried to buy this house for the best part of 7 years, is what we waited until we eventually signed the dotted line. So the greenhouse was one of the only places that we actually saw before we saw the inside of the house, and it is incredible.
Now, I know I'm guilty of being rather liberal with my use of superlatives, but I'm not sure incredible quite cuts the mustard when it comes to this structure. The Victorian greenhouse here at Duncombe House is fan-fudging-tastic, and other than the odd missing pane of glass, is pretty much ready to rock. We will, of course, be painstakingly restoring this horticultural haven, as we have done the bay windows, as soon as time permits, and you will all enjoy front row seats. Now, can anyone watching actually garden?
Tucked behind the greenhouse is the gardener's bothy, which we haven't really ever been in. We've barely stood in the door, but it goes all the way to the bottom, and it's so full of ivy that you can't actually get through it.
The gardener's bothy is one of those spaces where, upon entering, you genuinely feel like you're stepping back in time. One can't help but ponder on those souls who have stepped through its tiny door before them, warmed themselves by its now decrepit stove, and presumably, at some point in time, had this space a tip-top and well-organised potting shed. Again, for now at least, we will be leaving its treasures and mysteries well alone. But eventually, we will find time to clear all this ivy, reveal its secrets, and once more return this gorgeous little building to its rightful fettle. I have no doubt that those of you even vaguely green-fingered will have noticed the untapped potential of the garden here at Duncombe House. On top of the obvious and plentiful Lavandula angustifolia and Hydrangea macrophylla, our garden enjoys all sorts of both botanical and architectural surprises. Now, we are not ashamed to say that our gardening prowess is rather paltry at present, but we are determined for that to change. Once spring is upon us, we are going to be falling on your kindness to help us plant up our little patch of paradise so that in time we can create the perfect archetypal English cottage garden under the ever watchful eye of our Copper Beach and resident Ent Clive. Ladies and gentlemen, when we next cross paths, and I can scarcely believe I'm saying this, there is a fair to middling chance that we will actually have, after nearly 2 years of freezing, central heating coursing through the veins of our beloved home. And let me tell you now, that is not going to be an episode you want to miss. As always, please make sure that you like, hype, subscribe, but most importantly, nourish us with your comments. We are truly grateful to have each and every one of you here with us. Until next time, DHs, TTFN.